Hey, we're live. Well, we're just going to share the link of the live stream with everyone. Since it's a new YouTube channel, YouTube has still not allowed us to go live for some reason. And so we are going live on my personal channel right now. Let's just share the link. Just give me a second. I've shared the link, guys. So we are going to share this link with all of you on our social media and WhatsApp group as well. Again, sorry for the inconvenience, but this is what it is. Hopefully in the next session, we will be able to go live on our own channel, which is Open Source Mentorship. However, you are welcome to ask any questions on the YouTube live on the link that you can see over here. And yeah, okay, let me just quickly. So guys, you have the link. Please share it with other people. Please share it on, I created a LinkedIn post in the morning today. Can you also share it in the comments over there? That'll be really helpful.
I'm sharing over the WhatsApp group.
Sure. Chalo. So last time we had discussed as to why we need an open platform for mentorship, and we'll share the link of that video also with you guys in the description. There is a need for an open source mentorship platform because mentorship is available, but it is not accessible to all. So this is an initiative. This is an attempt from our side to make mentorship accessible to more people, more students, more young people who want to change things for the better. Our theme, as usual, is going to be revolving around the SDGs, the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. And what we have decided is we are going to, whenever we do a session, there are so many causes in the world, and there are dedicated days and weeks and months sometimes dedicated to each of those causes. Today is the World Suicide Prevention Day. September 10th is celebrated or is observed as the World Suicide Prevention Day. Why is there the requirement for a particular day to highlight this immense cause? Just in the morning, one of the people that I work with sometimes is Harish Menon. He's the chair of youth advocacy and preventing suicides amongst youth at IC3 Institute. And he created a post in the morning, and he just informed everyone that one Indian student dies every 40 minutes by suicide. Every 40 minutes, there is one Indian young person, student, who commits suicide. That is the gravity of the situation. And we're just talking about students here. There are other young people, professionals, and so on, who also fall victim to mental health issues, and because of lack of awareness, because of lack of support, because of lack of the right resources, they are unable to overcome this humongous challenge that they face, and the only option which they feel is left for them is to commit suicide. That is a sad state of affairs, and this is happening when there are more youth. This is just my correlation and observation in the world population. There are more youth till the age of 39 than people who are not youth anymore. That means the world actually belongs to the youth, and we're not able to help them out. And that is where I think we need to take bigger steps. COVID-19, with all its problems and challenges, was actually a silver lining for mental health issues. Why? Because people started accepting that mental health issues exist. They started working towards them, and they started openly seeking out help. More people came out to provide help and support. So COVID-19 actually allowed at least a lot of Indians to access mental health support. There's still much more to be done in India. We're nowhere close to, I would say, a society which positively accepts these things even today in India. And there are other regions in the world having similar cultures and similar values and so on, which still do not consider mental health to be something to be taken seriously. All right, that's enough about mental health so far. Let me quickly talk about how open source mentorship is going to work. How are we going to operate? What are we going to do? And I also wanted to introduce you to the brilliant young team which is making open source mentorship a reality. Last time you all had a chance to meet Ritisha. Hey Ritisha, how are you?
Hello everyone. I'm good. How are you, sir?
All good, all good. And this time we also have another brilliant young person who has decided to take out his precious time to contribute towards this. Mahesh. Hi Mahesh, how are you?
Hello, everyone. I'm good, sir.
Great. Mahesh, would you like to introduce yourself a little bit? And Ritisha, why don't you also introduce yourself again?
Sure,
Sure.
Ritesh, you can go.
Okay, so everyone, hello. Good morning on a Sunday. And we're back with another session from Open Source Mentorship. And I introduced myself last time. I'll do that again for people who don't know. Okay, so my name is Ritisha Gajwani and I'm from Bhopal. I'm the climate and gender researcher, and I'm also an intern at a climate tech organization as a sustainability analyst. I have completed my level 1 enterprise risk management from the Institute of Risk Management, and I've just completed my BSc in economics, mathematics, and statistics from Christ University. That's about it.
Excellent. Mahesh?
Hello, everyone. So, good morning to all of you who are joining from the India. So, my name is Mahesh Nunia, and I am a UX UI designer and working along with the open source mentorship for the somewhat similar expertise. Along with that, currently I'm working with the Nagaro as a UX UI designer, and continuing with Saurabh Nanda sir to work on this particular platform, and let's see how big we can make it to bring a positive change in the world. Let's see.
Excellent. Excellent. So last time we had discussed what open source mentorship is all about, and I think let me just go through that quickly so that people who have joined this for the first time can also understand what we're trying to do, and can make more sense of what this is all about. So I'm sharing my iPad screen right now. This is something I enjoy doing a lot. So please bear with me. It's working. Yeah. So I think this is visible now. So guys, this is the problem that we're facing. There's a lack of relevant and customizable guidance for the youth, and there are lots of youth, and they all want to do something. And we are trying to create a platform where a lot of people like me, like Mahesh, like Ritisha can join in, who want to do something but don't really understand how. And we're going to bring in more mentors to this place so that we can bring change to the status quo. We can build confidence in expression. We can kind of guide you on how to do research and it will eventually help you in finding a good direction in your education and profession. And most importantly, some of you might even find your life's purpose over here. We also talked about how we're going to go about it. We're going to have regular YouTube live sessions on open source mentorship, but apparently YouTube doesn't think that it is important in the second session. So maybe in the future, soon we'll be able to do live streams on the open source mentorship channel itself. What we're going to do is we're going to be providing mentorship in order to solve problems. So how to approach a problem, how to research, how to create solutions, how to align them with SDGs or think which SDGs are getting achieved through that. Then the mentorship part will include, solving young people's doubts when they're trying to solve a problem, sharing more opportunities, more resources, and also helping you build your personal brands so that you can attract more opportunities in that same space. Today, we discuss how this is going to be, how we are going to do the operations, right? And Ritisha, Mahesh, if you guys want to contribute, we had our internal meeting. If you want to share how we're going to do about it, please feel free to do so. Okay.
Sure.
Right. Now, as we said, we are going to have frequent YouTube live sessions. And but what kind of sessions will they be? The first one is related to our what we initially called technical sessions, or maybe we can call it something else. You guys also give us feedback on that. Let's call it problem solving sessions. This is the first type. This we're going to do on Sunday mornings, India time. Problem solving sessions are sessions where we take a particular problem. For example, today we're going to talk about world suicide prevention, and then we diagnose the problem first, understand the complexities around it, and then try and find what are the different ways in which we can provide solutions to it, or we can work on solutions. Those solutions can then turn out to be startups. They can be campaigns, they can be forums, they can be communities. All those things are part of it. So let's start with this today, since it is World Suicide Prevention Day, right? Similarly, as I said in the beginning, every session we are going to take up one cause on which that particular day is being observed, or so on. So when we talk about World Suicide Prevention Day, first of all, we need to understand suicide. All right, what suicide is. Suicide, as all of us understand, it is taking your own life. Why does one take his or her own life? Why would you commit suicide? Guys, what do you think?
It could be any reason, but the outcome would always be like demotivated in itself.
All right. So demotivation. And why do you think they would be demotivated?
Pressure.
Okay. Just a second. So pressure because of what?
It may be anything. It may be career related. It may be peer pressure. It may be family pressure.
Career pressure, peer pressure, family. What else?
Then demotivation is the outcome, but why it actually happened is because there was a lack of motivation or a kind of sources which could motivate them during those times.
Okay. So lack of
motivation or mentorship or guidance, a support, which in terms of maybe emotional.
Yeah, correct. Someone to talk to about the problems.
So emotional support, right? So there's lack of motivation, lack of guidance, lack of emotional support, which causes for the demotivation. Okay, there is pressure, career, family, and peer. What else can be the reason for such demotivation?
Maybe finances for someone. Like if I just go beyond a student life, then it could be for the professional ones, it could be their finances. Career is already there.
Okay, so financial pressure, right? Career, family, peer. All right, now you face this pressure and you don't have the emotional support to manage this pressure, because of which you become demotivated, or we can probably use other words also over here. All right, demotivated, or we can also use some clinical words over here like depression, because suicide usually happens when you're in a state of depression, which means depression, just like the word used in physics, depression is a low pressure area in physics, not to be confused with the pressure over here, when you're not able to come out of it, when you're not able to reach a state where you feel or where you do not feel the need to commit suicide or take any such fatal decision. And depression, when it is uncontrollable, when it is no longer something that you can manage or you can go through or face, then you eventually decide to take your own life in order to end the depression. So when we are now diagnosing what suicide is and what depression is, of course, there are thousands of other elements around this. But even just the ones that we have discussed here, each of these can become the source for a very good solution. Okay. Ritisha, which one should we start with?
So let's start with peer pressure.
Peer pressure. Okay. Now, can you tell me a little bit more about peer pressure according to your understanding?
Peer pressure in layman terms is basically a pressure to be socially relevant, to be among your youth, among your friend circle, among your students, class, whatever, is the pressure to be socially relevant and be in terms to say cool, or in terms to say, very okay, being looked up to, something like that.
Can I say FOMO over here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And so to become popular.
Correct.
Yeah.
And maybe like not a pressure that they don't do wrong according to the what is outside, but they think that outside is the right. They do not do the wrong according to that. Although,
Okay.
like this is what I understood from what Ritisha said. Like along with the like aligning with the basically a pressure to always align themselves. Doesn't matter who they are in actually and what is right for them. They are still trying to align themselves with the right of the outside, right of the society around them.
Okay. So fear of being wrong, fear of failure, fear of being called out.
Fear of being different.
Fear of being different.
Correct.
Or even divergent.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you don't really agree to what most people are doing, and then yeah. Okay. So FOMO, popular, fear of being wrong, failure, called out, different, divergent. Now, I know both of you have done different things from your peers. How did you manage this?
I think I had a very strong core value that I'm not going to, I know what is right and what is wrong, and I'm not going to change myself based on someone else's right or wrong.
Okay.
So that was my standing pillar that I could hold
So
up.
if we talk about solutions, one is having strong core values. Correct? What do you think, Mahesh? Why are you able to do different things and not feel the pressure?
I believe the bigger umbrella would be the same thing what Ritisha said, because ultimately, if I just talk about from the career perspective only, I took a career which was very. I was the only one who took this side of the career in a family which is so much defense oriented or agriculture oriented kind of thing, and from where this artist comes out to be. I felt a lot of pressures during my days from my direct peers, my family. But I guess again, I was having some core values inside me, which always actually, made me confident that if I'm not doing the wrong, they will actually understand once they will start to see the output.
Excellent. And when
I
do you
was
think
getting it from that was also I was getting from my family itself, because although they were, making me understand this is not something you should do because everyone is doing that. But at the same time, on a discussion onto various other topics, they used to tell me that we should be very right and at our own principles. So somehow I used the understandings and the knowledge I gained from my family to deal with that particular issue again.
Okay. All right. So having strong core values. Excellent. Now, can you define such core values a little bit?
Yes, first of all, confidence on yourself, and understand for the thing that you are actually fighting for. Like if I say like I was fighting to make a career into the design, I have to understand it first so that I can make that understanding to my parents or with whom I have to deal with it in their own terms also. And not only with from the emotional perspective but also with the practicality also, that what would be just continuing with the analogy of my design career, like I need to answer the questions which will be put upon me, like how will you make it the career out of it, how will you be able to earn out of it, and somehow it is important for ourselves also ultimately.
All
So
right.
whatever the thing is, either career or something else, we need to understand the exact thing we are dealing with. We need to educate ourselves first.
And what about you, Ritisha?
So for me, it like what I understood was with Mahesh said that I would also like to add another point here that talk to people who are already in that situation and have been successful. So you can gain from their insights and their solutions, their thinking, how they tackle the problem. So that can also come under the practical feasibility. We can understand the practical aspects from there, from people who have gone through the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I usually call this particular part references for success.
Correct.
In fact, Mahesh, you might remember, when we went to NIT Jalandhar to deliver that talk, and there was this question. Once I finished my talk, I went off the stage, and then there was this young person who came back on the stage, and he said, "Sir, I have another question." And he said that, how can we prevent youth from Punjab to actually stop migrating, blindly or mindlessly out of Punjab and actually do something for the things in Punjab, right? And the answer, and this answer that I have been giving for almost every year, I said that day also, almost every year I have to give this answer at least 3 to 4 times on different forums. The answer is that there is no reference for success within the state of Punjab, right? All they see is, when they look at social media and Instagram, is people who are enjoying their lives in Canada or whatever and whatever. And because of that, they feel, okay, what am I doing here? So I also need to be there. So their references of success are those. Yes, there are other references of success within Punjab, but that is not feasible for everyone. If there is a famous singer, not everyone can become a famous singer. Statistically speaking, it's probably the hardest profession on the planet to become a successful singer. All right. Similarly, to become a successful actor, to become a successful YouTuber, to become a successful cricketer or an athlete, it's extremely difficult. So yes, those references of success are there, but they also know they might not be practical. But what are the other references of success? So missing references of success, absolutely. Now, how did you guys find these answers? How did you go about your journey? Did you find these answers on your own, or did you have help? What did you do?
I had help. Like first of all, like when I was feeling and facing the resistance, obviously I felt demotivated, I felt sad, and I was getting down emotionally. But and somehow my eldest sister was the one with whom I actually was able to throw out of my emotional baggage out of it, and then started to think analytically and practically that okay, what would be the solutions. Then I explored LinkedIn a lot, like started to learn it, started to connect with the professionals so that I can understand the industry, understand the opportunities, then applied for it, connect by creating a network, and ultimately I was just following to and doing everything possible into this direction. I was able to grab my first job. It was a very small one, but yes, it was something which I thought and looked at it as a hope from where I can actually go beyond. So I just took that opportunity and fight it for it. Uh, no matter what, just thinking of the thing like, okay, whatever will happen, I will just handle it after that, when it would be more easy, when I would be at a better state with results to handle everything. But right now I have to accept it that they are also reacting very naturally, and I have to have some references, some points of successes into my hand, so that my words are not just the power of words, but also they are actually supported with some facts and some practical output.
Okay, very nice. Ritisha, what about you?
Sir, I'd like to agree with what Mahesh said. The whole concept of researching, knowing it, believing in yourself is a very big aspect that I didn't usually had when I was a younger kid. I was a very low self-esteem, shy kid who was not very confident with everything. But after my undergraduate, it just gave me, I had to depend on my own. I didn't have anyone to, like know who to trust, who to not trust. So it was a very nice learning that I had through the same aspects what Mahesh said. It's not different. It's the same thing, just the circumstances were very different.
Okay, all right. Now you mentioned some, I think, so this is one of the things all you young people who are watching this also need to understand. When we diagnose a particular problem, you need to go deeper into it, which means you need to understand what critical reasoning is and complex problem solving is. There are ways to do this. You should all probably research, and some of you might have used them or read about them, right? When you solve a particular problem, we started with suicide. One of the reasons was demotivation or depression. Then we went towards pressure. You feel pressure. So we went towards peer pressure and so on. And we kept on discussing around it, right? But when you come to the solution part, what is happening is there is a lot of mixing of thoughts which happens. And we might go here and there. Now, when you said you had strong core values, that means something else actually. But what you guys said right now is something else, which is absolutely okay, because this is how, we are not used to doing this a lot. So if you have ever heard of something called root cause problem or root cause analysis,
Yes.
My handwriting is very bad, guys, so please don't mind.
Right.
Or you can use the Pareto analysis or tool. What is it called? Right? Fishbone.
Is it something similar to find out, like 5 by method to find out the root cause?
There are multiple methods. Right? So this is where the solution can get confusing. Having strong core values. What are the core values? What are the core values that your parents and your family have given you, that you have absorbed from the society? Because only then you have been able to do all the other things. If the core values are not there, let's say, we create a platform today wherein we can help people develop confidence in their choices. We can understand, we can help them understand the path that they have taken or chosen, okay, through research and resources. We can, provide them emotional and practical feasibility or understanding by giving them support and guidance. We can provide them references for success of other people who have been successful in that particular journey. Let's say we create a platform, a mobile app or a website where people can just explore all these things. There are already such platforms existing. But then why are people not able to use that and still, make very good decisions? Or why are they not able to manage their own depression even after going through all these things?
I'm getting it. Like,
you get my point.
To answer your question, why I was able to think like that and use approach to those solutions, I guess then the core values are all like, it was injected into me from always, like always try to grow out, basically, like find out that don't worry about the solution. So it was a kind of confidence. Then if negative thoughts comes up, it is okay, but this should not be the choice.
So again, you are still telling me the result of the core values which you have absorbed, right? You have been able to make decisions based on that. Let's understand the core values, because probably we need to develop the core values among young people so that they don't fall into this trap. Is there a platform which develops core values? Now that is a good question. Now that is a good problem to solve. All right.
Right.
There are so many motivational speakers out there. And a lot of young people who come to me also, they say, I love watching motivational videos of David Goggins and so many other people, right? I said, that's great. That's amazing. I hope, you get a lot of value from it. The challenge is, the problem is even after watching, hours and hours of motivational videos, it definitely helps you, escape the reality of what is happening in your life by saying, no, this is what I need to do. This is how you need to do it. If David Goggins can do it, I can also do it. Fine, sure, you do all that. But after watching the video, after 10-15 minutes of euphoria, then, it becomes normal. And then after normal, you go back into the depressive state. That is the problem. Motivation is available, but in order to absorb motivation, your mind needs to be ready. If I make a very stupid bad analogy over here, if your body's organs have stopped, or your blood has stopped absorbing nutrients, it doesn't matter how many vitamins and pills you take. If your body is not ready to absorb those nutrients, your body will not recover from it. So if your mind is not ready to absorb motivation, to take in guidance, nothing's going to change. So what are the core values that are needed? And this is where a lot of motivational speakers also talk about different things that successful people have been doing. Books like Atomic Habits and Dale Carnegie's 7 Habits of Highly Successful Men, and so on and so forth, because they are trying to understand their core values. Do you guys see where this is going?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So do we need a comprehensive platform to develop these core values among young people, and how to develop them?
Definitely.
Because if we develop the core values, then everything else will be sorted on its own.
Then they can actually solve the rest of the things on their own.
Exactly. You give a man a fish, he eats for a day. You teach a man how to fish, he knows how to sustain himself then, right? So the ancient wisdom, new wisdom, psychological, spiritual, all these things talk about the same thing. You develop a core value system and you are sorted for the rest of your life. Where is that core value platform for young people? So those of you who are watching today, maybe let's start developing a core value platform wherein these core values can be given out. There are ways and tools where young people can absorb them and implement them in their lives so that they are able to make better decisions, whether it's career related, friends, social, whatever it is. And slowly we can prevent a lot of suicides, hopefully. So today's solution is, we need core values among youth. So we need a platform for youth which can guide, impart knowledge, and provide tools to implement the knowledge. And this can then attack one part of this entire problem related to suicides. How to develop core values, at least that will prevent a lot of people from taking that fatal step. Now, how are we operating at OSM? Once we find a solution to a particular problem, like today, we kind of came to a solution where we all understand that there's a platform which is needed to develop these core values. And if you are interested in developing this particular platform with us, great. What you need to do is approach us, tell us that this is what I want to work on. And in order to work on this, then once more people come in, we create a team out of you young people. And then we invite you, once we have a few discussions with you offline, there will be an application process, and we'll see how much time and effort and are you willing to dedicate and how motivated you are towards solving this problem. Then, so we identified a solution, you have some ideas, you're motivated towards it. There is an application process, and then you join a team of others who are willing to work on the solution, and we provide you the platform. We help you in the guidance. We provide you a mentor in that particular area. Then we provide a platform for project management and so on. So far, we are thinking of using Slack. If any of you who are watching this video have a better idea, please share with us. Platform for project management. And we try and bring the solution to a reality. That's all. So on YouTube, Sintu says that Ankur Variku has one app like this. Great. So Ankur Variku, if he has developed an app like this, those who are watching this, I would recommend that please look at Ankur Variku's app and see if it is something similar to what we are trying to do. If it is, then we can learn from it. We can approach Ankur Variku and join hands with him rather than reinventing the wheel, because there is no point reinventing the wheel. If things exist, we should just try and collaborate. That is how the world will have solutions in a faster, quicker way. There is no need for doing this again and again and then competing with other people who are already solving this problem. There is no need to do that. Once your project management and everything is done, we keep on working on the solution. There will be more opportunities that we will share. Opportunities like competitions or fellowships or grants which are available regarding this particular topic, fellowships, grants, and other platforms. Or let me just say forums. Forums is a better. Otherwise, we're just confusing things. Other forums. The plural of forum is actually fora, but nobody understands fora, so forums. Opportunities, we'll share them with you once you have a good MVP kind of a thing, a minimum viable product or service which we can launch in the market, a beta version of it. Then we launch it. We go to different organizations. If they like your idea, then they fund you. That is how we're going to go about it. So coming to the next part, what else is going to happen in open source mentorship? So you guys, if you remember our conversation from last night, I mean, you would like to share something over here?
So basically, other than sessions on a specific topic, like we would also be having other sessions, kind of like a very open sessions where anyone around the world can just join the links whenever we would be going live. So it would be a very interactive session, and where you guys can actually start asking your doubt. It could be from any topic, and it could be anything related to you are currently working on. You can get the ideas. You can not just ask from the Saurabh Nanda sir, but you can also ask it and get the ideas and get to know the other folks who would be joining those sessions. Basically, this is how you would be able to network. Also, you would be able to get the knowledge what is happening and within the community also, and also have an interactive session in a very abstract way.
Excellent. So those will be the open sessions or random topic session. Excellent. Ritisha, what about motivational and behavioral sessions? What are we going to do over there?
So the motivational sessions will usually talk about the soft skills, something like confidence or something like which can teamwork, the importance of teamwork, how to handle stress, how to handle pressure, all kinds of things, so that people not only have hard skills but also soft skills, which actually help them in a wholesome way to make that project or idea come into life. So
okay, so Sintu, just to interrupt, Sintu says it's still in testing stage right now. So Ankur Varigu's app, he's also realized, he's such a famous social media personality. He's also realized that, people need more than just motivation talks and just, hacks. Like, oh, this is my financial hack, and this is my time management hack, and so on and so forth. People need more than that. So I think he's developing that. That's excellent, Sintu. Thank you so much. Maybe, if some of you decide to take this topic up, again, I'm talking about this topic, which is, developing a platform where core values can be developed for youth. If some of you take up that topic, we can then probably approach Mr. Variku and see if he's interested or not. All right. So thank you so much for that, Ritisha. The motivational behavioral sessions, we'll be talking about all that, but also time management, also spiritual growth, also personal growth, also how to include, how to be intellectually humble and responsible, how to improve your, curiosity and so on, how to be productive in your online scrolling, how to be aware of overstimulation due to internet, and so on and so on and so forth. We have so many topics lined up. Then I think Mahesh also hinted at Ask Me Anything sessions. So yes, there will be mentors like me who will be available. As Ritisha pointed out very importantly early on, that there are references of success which are needed. So, and this I had shared in 2009, I was working on this leadership village idea. In fact, the world's first leadership village was set up in Kalpetta in Wayanad district in Kerala under the guidance of Mr. Sangeet Varghese, who's a global authority on leadership. And I had told, we were just having this discussion, and I told Sangeet that I want to know more about your life. And he said, why would you like to know about my life? What has that got to do with anything? I said, see, young people, at that time I was young. So young people like me would like to learn from your life's journey, whatever you have done, where you failed, where you succeeded. Once you failed, what did you do? How your opportunities happened, and so on. So it's equally important to learn from what you are teaching us, but also it's equally important for us to learn from your life's journey, because that creates a reference of success. That is why we have AMA sessions, where people like me and other mentors, they will be available, so that you can ask anything that you want, learn from our journey, and so on. Those are the AMA sessions. When are these sessions going to happen, guys? The problem solving sessions will happen in the morning on Sundays. When are these sessions going to happen?
So, like, Ask Me Anything session could be, it would be a random session, and the notification would be like 30 minutes or half or an hour before, would be available in the groups channel and onto the LinkedIn platform of Saurabh Nanda and OSM. So you guys would be aware like around 30 minutes or 1 hour before that whenever that would be happening. So for the folks who would be able to join during that time, for them, they will not be able to just listen and to the whole activity that would be happening, but also can participate. But for the others who just might missed out, so obviously there will be another sessions also, and but yes, the recordings would be available onto the YouTube channels for sure.
Okay. And the motivational and open sessions, Ritisha, do you think it will be better to do them at night or in the mornings? What do you think?
I think in the mornings it's good because then you have the motivation to work the whole day. So I think that's why.
All right. Okay. Well, as both Mahesh and Ritisha have said, we are going to be extremely flexible with these sessions. We want to know from you when is a convenient time for these sessions. It can be at night also, 9:30, 10 India time, we can do that because a lot of people are free at that time. Sometimes in mornings you have college or school or your job or some other chores that you're doing. So it might not be possible because we want to do multiple sessions in a week. We don't want to restrict it to one problem solving session every weekend. So please give us your feedback. We are open to it. However the requirement comes, we'll try and create a session online for that. The other thing is in September, we are just, as you can understand, we are just building this platform. We have built our branding so far a little bit. We are building, we are thinking about the website. We are creating a platform on Slack right now. So September is more or less the building stage of this. And from October onwards, we will start having other mentors on this as well. So September, we need a lot of feedback from all of you. Whatever ideas you think we should be discussing. As we said, how are we going to choose which problems to solve? We're just going to go ahead with what the world is providing us. And there are so many days which are observed. And but on top of that, if there is something other than that, we can conduct polls on what topic you want. And then, you can answer and we'll probably take up that as well in the next session. Okay. What else did we discuss, guys, about the operations? Anything else apart from this?
Basically a platform from where they can actually, once we would be able to get the collaboration in the future as the future vision. So we would also be, providing the internships and making them able to collaborate, with the certification from our side, so which can be used, would be recognized from which would be industry recognized and can help them in their careers to move forward. And these will not be very typical certifications like tech skills certification. These are available. We are again just reiterating the words of Saurabh sir that we are not here to reinvent the wheel, but these certifications would be around again the kind of platform we are trying to come out with, which is the how to develop the core skills. So if someone like, and yes, as we are into the 21st century, so we would be focusing on to the core values that would be needed in the 21st centuries and moving forward for the future vision. So those would be the kind of certifications that you would be able to get, and that would be industry recognized. And you will also be getting the opportunity to collaborate with the other industry opportunities right from the from the OSM platform only.
Excellent. Ritisha, anything that you remember?
So another thing that I remember is that through this platform, we'll also be selecting and choosing fellows for our SCM youth cohorts, and which is the Such Conversations Matter cohorts that happen. And it'll be a platform to recognize such young individuals who want to make a change. So that will be also the criteria.
Excellent. So SCM Youth is an advanced communication skills fellowship, and Ritisha was the part of the inaugural cohort, which we recently concluded. And she's helping in developing the next cohort right now. So we would look forward to actually some of the people on OSM to do something crazy, and so that they can be invited on to SCM Youth Fellowship as well. Excellent.
With your permission, sir, just one thing.
Please.
Yeah, sure. So one thing which I always, right from the beginning, I always felt curious and excited about the OSM platform. Like, whatever the sessions and internship opportunities, collaboration opportunities, and everything that we just talk about. But out of that, like with time, we would be selecting the team, team members who would be very responsive and regular with the OSM platform. They will also get the opportunities to work with and collaborate with other mentors using the networking of OSM, if so that they can get help to work on their projects. The projects could be anything, like either you are into a college or you are into professional life. It always happens that we come up with some ideas, or we get triggered with something that I need to work on it. And if you want to work, and it could be anything, which are actually in a way that we could actually bring a change in the society around you. But then if you want to figure out how and with whom, then this would be the platform who would be able to provide you that. So you would be able to do the things, actually to do the projects. Actually, doesn't matter the scale, but yes, you would be able to get your thoughts into actions and get the outcome out of it.
Excellent.
So this will also be a very unique thing that the OSM would be providing you.
Excellent. So we are continuously working on this, as you can understand and as you can see, and we would like you guys to be part of this, as Mahesh pointed out, so that we can officially also put you in this. Next is, please think about this particular solution that we have arrived at today. There is a desperate need for a platform which can help young people learn the right core values so that their decisions can be better, so that they can fight with depression and suicides on their own. Right? All right. Well, that was it for today, guys. Thank you so much for joining us, all of you who have viewed this. Hopefully, next session will be on the OSM YouTube channel. We'll be editing this video and putting it on that channel as well soon. Okay. Thank you, Mahesh. Thank you, Ritisha, for being part of this. And hope all of you have a great Sunday, and see you soon again.